Welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. In the last episode we completed the first steps of the mall, and in this episode we are going to try to get the second part of the mall up. But to do that we are going to need to do some adjustments to the bus. So let's prepare that. I've already made some sketches for what I think we will be needing, and I've probably done some horrible mistakes in that, so at least that should be enjoyable. Let's just try to do our very best here, and hopefully we can complete the stuff that I need in the mall whatnot in this episode. And yeah, what I'm doing here is that I'm going to need silicon and stone. And I'm going to need those to come down on these belts. Let's see here, stone. You're on a weird spot. I'll remove this, and I'll also think. This is almost like making music. Be gone. And we need to remove this as well. And then that should come down here, I think. Yes. I hope this is the right thing. Yeah, that's glass. This is high purity silicon. Good. Now we need to continue that belt going all the way down there. Oh, great. That's the wrong angle. Oh well. Man, making a bus on this type of planet when you have these segments where things shift isn't easy, especially not when you want to make it long. You don't get the straight lines that I'm used to. Okay, now we have stone and silicon, and we also have the copper we need. There was one thing that I thought I would do. This is stone. Yeah, no, I don't think that's going to be necessary, to be honest, because I was thinking of merging some of these iron belts. But it doesn't seem necessary. No. We'll have a look at that later, if that is necessary. Now. Yeah, no, there is not coming very many of these electric motors down the belt. So we're not getting a great deal of these Mark II sorters being made currently. But that's fine. It's going to back up soon enough. And that was expected, to be honest. Okay, the first thing we're going to have to take off the bus is going to be the plasma exciters. And 1, 2, 3, those can come here. We don't need to go very far, but that should suffice. Then we need to make an assembling machine here. This one is going to make Tesla towers. Then we need a storage box for that. And then we're going to have another one making wireless power towers. And we need a storage box for that as well. Now these storage boxes can be limited quite severely. I don't need more than 2 stacks, I think, would suffice, and 1 stack of these should be plenty. Okay, next up is going to be 3 belts. Well, I don't know how far down these are going to go, but I know they're going to go longer than this. Of course, there's a shift over here that is probably going to cause issues. But, yeah, what can you do? You're gonna have 1 assembler here. The storage box. With another assembler. With a storage box. Pull this belt all the way down there. This already collides because of the planetary change. And I'm not sure if that's going to work. Let me check that. Can I? No, I think it's too long. Too far. Okay, let me do this slightly different then. At least I can try to do it slightly different. So, our line is here. If we have a belt coming here, and a belt coming here, and a belt coming here, and here, and this won't do because I need to build it all the way over there, but let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if I start building those machines, these belts are really more placeholders than anything at the moment. I start building those machines here. I don't know if this is going to work, to be honest, but I need to try it. So 1 machine there. And 1, 2, 3 belts. And another machine here. One, 2, 3. One of these belts is going to have to be on top of the other, to be honest. But I'm not sure how that will work either. How does that work? Can I connect? No, because it wants to connect to a completely wrong location. Why? That's bizarre. Okay, I'll deal with that when we get to that area, and then we're going to have the final setup here, and here we only need 1 belt. Good. I'm not sure what to do with the fourth belt there. That is electromagnetic coils, which is required for what exactly? The thermal power station. Okay, so if I switch those around, I can potentially shift some belts. Okay. Now I can remove these placeholders. Go up here. Out. And down. This belt needs to go all the way down here and meet up with this one. Then we have the next belt, which is going to go down here and meet up with that one. The next belt is going to go down here and meet up with that one. And we have another belt that will do the same. I will just have to wait for the bots to build the belts before we continue. Might be able to do this more compactly, which is why I'm not connecting anything up at the moment. Okay, so the next belt comes here, connects up with that one. This one comes here, and this one comes here. No, I'm not going to be able to make it more compact, but that's fine. Matter of fact, I did it more or less exactly within the limitation. There we go. Okay. This looks fairly interesting. I'm sure there is a lot more simple ways to do this, but hey. I hope you're all enjoying this, because I'm waffling immensely in this series so far, and I'm also doing so many weird things. And yeah, you guys are following other people's playthroughs on this. You're probably laughing quite a bit of what I'm doing, but hey, I'm having fun, and that's what's important, isn't it? So this one is going to make the power poles, or Tesla towers. And now let's have a storage box here for that. We can limit that to 4 stacks. Don't you dare, game. Don't you dare make issues with these belts now, because then I'm going to be very cross with you. Okay, and we need a storage box for the this isn't supposed to be Tesla towers. This is supposed to be wireless power towers. This box can be limited to 1. Okay, this one is supposed to make splitters. And we need a box for that. Limit that to 2 stacks. And then we go on with another machine. This one will make assembly machines. Storage, please. Thank you. Limited 2 stacks. And then we move on to another machine. This one making wind turbines. Limited to 2 stacks. And another machine making, what have I written there? Mining machines. And a storage box. happily limited to 1 stack. Okay, then over here, take a storage box and an assembler and a storage box and an assembler and a storage box. I think I needed to change these around. This one is supposed to be smelters. Can limit to 2 stacks. And this one I intended to be thermal power stations, but that won't work, so I'll make solar panels here. Limit that to 4 stacks. Nah, 2 stacks should be fine. I don't know how many those have per stack at, so we're going to have to revisit that. And thermal power stations in this one. There we go. And that one can also be limited to 1 stack. Right. So, what on earth am I going to connect up on all these belts, you may wonder? Well, this one is going to be iron. That's on the thick green line there. I might run into severe issues here, to be honest. I have no idea if this is even going to work. Probably isn't, to be honest. The next one is supposed to be electromagnetic coils, which I'm not sure if I'm even transporting down here. Yeah, there they are. And there comes the issue. Because of the height difference. But I might have a solution. Should work actually. Go up and up another one. Ah, it's too close. There. I have no idea if this is going to work, to be honest. I can't see how it will work because I'm going to need so many products off the bus that... This definitely is not going to work. Let me pause the recording so I can just figure out this. Welcome back to glorious Pasta Land. I think I found a way to make this work, but I have no idea if it's actually going to work. If nothing else, it should provide some decent entertainment for you guys, because this is glorious. I have no other word for it. Okay, let's connect up the belts. Because, yeah. Because why not? Just move these on. This one is a Mark II belt. And we need to connect that one to that one. Note how I'm going backwards out of the splitter again, because that is also an option here. Thankfully, I might add. Otherwise, I would have a problem here. Okay, well, this is most entertaining. I think it's safe to say that my suspicions that creating a bus in this game is probably not ideal was correct. But this is very enjoyable, nonetheless. Okay, now this one does require coils, so I am going... Yeah, that's going to create a little issue for me. The stone is fine, it's coming from here, but the coils... I can't go from... Okay, let's try to fix this too then. And how do we fix that? Well, I can see no other option than by going up. And then down. And that should be sufficient because we don't need the silicon for any other machine than that one. Now, the copper is also only required for that one. That is not even. I would like it to be even. It's better. This one requires coils from this side. So if I do this, then I'm getting the coils that I need. This one does not require anything but gears and the coils, so we can do that. Sheesh, this is very amusing to me. It's probably the most spaghetti construction I've made in a game for a long time, but it's highly enjoyable. Does this require gears? No, it does not. Okay, I'll just connect up these before I do anything else. This one requires these and also iron plates. No, that doesn't require iron plates. This one only requires these. This one requires iron plates. We can do that like that. It also requires coils. This one requires iron plates and circuit boards. So if we use a Mark III for iron plates or ingots, it also requires gears. Those we can pick up from here, and we can pick them up from there. And we need to continue these belts. this one requires circuit boards. And it's getting coils from there. Requires stone. And it requires iron. This one is getting... Hold on for a moment. I think it's picking up the belt, so that should be fine. Okay, next is this one. That one requires iron and gears and circuit boards. This one requires another belt on that. Copper. Silicon. And circuit boards. And here we need to pull up all of these three. One, two, three. You require iron and stone. Get the stone from there, the iron from there, and the gear and the electromagnetic coils from there. And now this one requires circuit boards, of course. We'll get them here. You also require gears. We'll get those from here. You require electromagnetic coils or magnetic coils or whatnot. Like that. And finally you require iron, which I think we'll just do from there. Whew. I think I got everything connected. And if that's not the most creative mall I've ever made, I don't know what is. There we go. We are producing all of the things. Who would have thought? Wow. Okay. My brain is now officially exhausted. But what a glorious thing this is. I am at a loss for words in regards to my own construction skills here. This is just beautiful. Now, seems we have produced all we need of these. That's good. There we go. So I'm not too worried about the, because we are definitely overusing these products for this, but I'm not too worried about it because we are not producing that many of these, so I don't see the reason why we should have dedicated production of raw materials, that's the word I was looking for just this specific part of the factory. seems a bit wasteful. I do know that we do require power very soon. This one should probably be limited to 2 stacks if it's just 20 per stack. This one should be fine at 20 per stack. And I don't know if we need that many wind turbines either, but let's put it at 4 then. Okay, so these are... Okay, let's also set this to 4. I have some plans for solar power. Now, it would be nice to get science back. I don't remember where I put the science labs, but... Oh, 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 this is not good. Now I tore down something I shouldn't have torn down, but not sure what it was. Probably one of these. Pretty sure it was one of those. I think 6 times 60. Yeah, so 2 of these is... No, it's not. That isn't enough either? Well then. Okay. Why you do this to me, game? I'm not sure if that's necessary. Or is it? Yes, it actually is necessary. Well, that should be enough. I'm not sure why. Well, it's letting some through. Now that shouldn't be a problem anymore. Caledorn gets distracted. That is what that was. Oh, in here. They are not in here either. Nor are they in here. I have no idea where I put them. But I want to take 4 stacks of these for power. I probably put them over there. Yeah, this is where they are. Yeah, we are going to need more iron as well. Something isn't adding up here. Yeah, it's this thing here. This is a bit weird. Why does it do this? that works. Do I have any more of these buffers? Not that I can see. I do have a buffer here, but that one seems to be working. My brain power got so spent from doing that mole thing that I'm kind of at a loss for what to do right now. Let's see here. Components. This requires circuit boards and electromagnetic coils, and this one requires graphene and hydrogen. That's easy enough to set up. Although I don't think I'm going to bother using the refinery we have up there. I'd rather just set up a refinery here. Do we need anything from here now? I think we're using more power than we have. Yep. It's fine though. I plan on setting up solar power. We could set up some thermal generators, I suppose. Yeah, let's do that temporarily. Does that generator burn hydrogen? Because if it does, that would be useful. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is connect up these power plants again. These produce 2.16, this one only produces 300. Then what does one of these accept hydrogen? That is the big question. It does. Good. Because what I can do then is... How many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a bit bothersome. I can do it like this though. This is going to empty it out faster than it can fill up, so I have to replace this one with one of these. Now we're producing plenty of power. Yeah, that's good. It's going exactly the same speed, so as long as we have the same number, these should even or balance out. So 8 here and 8 here, and we should be good. But yeah, my brain power is just exhausted. I need to figure out where we are going to go next after this, and I would also like some feedback in regards to what you think about me waffling about, or if you would like me to do more things off camera and then just show things like I have done in my Satisfactory series earlier. Because a lot of my episodes currently is me trying and failing and figuring out things, and I'm not sure if that is enjoyable or not. You guys tell me. I'm just playing the game and I'm having fun, but some of it takes a bit more brain power than other things. Anyways, thank you all so very much for joining me. As always, feel free to leave questions and or comments in the comment section, and I will see you all in the next episode.